Why do we celebrate the anniversary of an assassination? 15 years ago, in the middle of a plague that nearly destroyed Dunwall, a paid killer assaulted the palace where I was born and stabbed my mother in the heart. In the aftermath, the men who sent the assassin tried to use me as a pawn in a game of power. They would have succeeded, but my father, Corvo Attano, hunted them down and cut their conspiracy to pieces. All these years later, am I the ruler my mother wanted me to be? Now, we face a new crisis. A monster the papers are calling the Crown Killer has been picking off my enemies and dressing it up like my father and I are responsible. I don't know whether to get on a ship and sail to the opposite side of the world, or to have everyone around me executed.
Alright, Edgelord, we can calm down for now. So, the game likes to emphasize at the beginning that you can have a high chaos Emily and a low chaos Emily. Alright, here's Alexei Mayhew. Your faithful guard. Will hear more about her later.
Watch your step, Majesty.
I love her so much.
I'm not looking forward to all the ceremony today.
Your signet ring. There, you're ready.
Thank you, Alexei. Open the doors.
So, Emily trusts Alexei with her ring that only 2 people have, which opens her safe room. Which implies something about how close they are.
All hail Her Imperial Majesty, Emily Caldwin.
Loyal subjects, we're going through a difficult time, but today we honor my mother, the late Jessamine Caldwin. May her memory survive through the ages.
Emily.
You look tired, Father.
Every year, I think the anniversary of Jessamine's death will be easier, but it never is.
I wish Mother was still the Empress. I don't think I'm very good at this.
You're still learning. Don't worry about the rabble-rousers, and we'll catch the Crown Killer, eventually.
People are saying it's you. That these assassinations are a misguided effort to protect me.
No, someone's trying to make us look guilty by targeting your enemies.
I wish I could just run away from all this.
Sometimes you do. You think I don't know about your nights out on the rooftops? Courage. The ceremony will be over soon.
Royal Protector and Father. I should have passed a law against that combination of titles years ago.
Your Majesty, before we begin the day's observances, we have an unexpected visitor.
Oh boy.
Duke
Here we
of
go.
Serkonos.
Ramsey says the Duke is bringing special gifts.
That's intriguing.
His Grace Luca Abel, Duke of Serkonos.
Mechanical soldiers? Amazing.
What is this, Ramsey? I didn't authorize those things.
Love how he
Imperial
steps
Majesty and
closer in
Royal
front of you.
Protector Corvo Attano, a native of our homeland. Serkonos offers condolences on this sorrowful day, and gifts to remind you of our nation, the rising star on the southern horizon.
We thank you, Your Grace.
Save your thanks. For now, I give you the greatest gift of all, family. I present the lost sister of Jessamine Caldwin, your rightful empress, Delilah Caldwin.
Impossible.
Yes, my mother had a sister?
My dearest
Delilah's
niece.
new theme.
Hello.
It's not true.
My father was Emperor Euhorn Jacob Caldwin, and Jessamine was my younger sister. At the time of her death, I wasn't ready to make myself known to you, and I was forced to leave Dunwall. But now I'm home.
If you really are my mother's sister, you're welcome to stay as long as you like.
Little sparrow, blackened by bad memories.
Sparrows are
I'm
such
here to
asshole
relieve
birds,
you of
though.
your crown. My father's promise, whispered in secret so many years ago, is now fulfilled.
Watch your tongue.
Do you have
Emily
any proof of
Caldwin is
this?
the daughter of Empress Jessamine Caldwin.
Royal Protector. How naive to think you could get away with these murders. Living in my palace has protected you, but that's over. Hear me, all of you. Your rightful Empress has returned.
All hail the Empress Delilah, first of her name. Arrest Emily Caldwin and her father for the Crown Killer murder.
Here we go.
What?
And that smooth triple kill blink.
Your sword can't still my heart.
Alright, we will be playing as Emily Caldwin. Yes, yes we are.
I will cast you in cold marble. No! Sweet girl, over time you'll come to love me. Perhaps someday you'll see me as the mother you lost. But until then, you'll be kept out of trouble.
I'll lock Lady Emily in her chambers, then I'll bring her to Coldstream Prison until her trial.
Okay.
My father lost it all.
We got a
when I
lot
was
of lore
boy,
to
so
go
now
through.
I wear this uniform, and I send 20-year-olds out to patrol the rose gardens instead of drinking with the men from the shooting club.
Whiskey and cigars.
Captain Ramsey, I heard shouting.
Oh boy.
Lady Emily, what happened?
That'll be all, Captain Mayhew.
No!
That's the Royal Protector's fancy weapon. What kind of sword folds in half? There's a legend in the Tower Guard about the Empress's last resort, a safe room inside her chambers holding enough gold to buy a good-sized island. They say that this ring is one of the only 2 keys to exist.
All right. Here we are.
What happened? Alexei. The throne room. Father.
Okay, so Dishonored
Nothing I
2.
can do alone. I need to get out of here.
Dishonored 2 starts in a slightly different place than Dishonored 1. So in Dishonored 2,
How long's it going to take, Captain Ramsey?
let's listen.
Hold your horses, Corporal Dial. Ramsey knows what he's doing. The man's moving up in the world. He's old blood, one of the good families. And now that he's helped the rightful Empress take the throne, the Ramseys are going to be back in fashion in Dunwall. You'd be smart to remember that.
Okay, so Dishonored 1 starts in Caldridge Prison, which Ramsey is planning on sending the protagonist of this game, or the player character to, in this case, Emily, which is a nice callback to the first. For those who are unfamiliar with game lore, Delilah Copperspoon, now referring to herself as Delilah Caldwin, is a, well, her birthright is, you'll find more about that later, but she is actually the antagonist of the DLCs for the first game, The Knife of Dunwall and Brigmore Witches, in which you play as Dowd, the Empress's assassin, as he attempts to unmask a plot against the Empress, in which Delilah, who is another character marked by the Outsider, we'll talk more about what that means later, basically is attempting to use her powers in order to possess the body of young Emily Caldwin during the interregnum, at which point nobody would notice a difference because she's not surrounded by anyone except Corvo, who trusts her. Dowd foils this plot, of course. So Mortimer Ramsey, who is the target of this first mission, here we'll do some stuff.
Should I just spin it and pick a place to hide for a while?
No, we have a better
I need
plan.
time to think.
Blow out all the candles. All right. Letter from Tivian Trade Commission. So this basically introduces blood flies. Pirates are spoiled with blood flies, which are a antagonist you'll have to deal with, or monster, I guess, enemy you'll have to deal with in Serkonos, which is, spoiler alert, where we're going. So this sets up the issue with Serkonan trade and the distress that particular city is in. We had rats in Bristol. Now we're gonna have bloodflies in Zirconos. Also, food is good. If you have any food around, you should eat it instead of using your health potions. Alright. Blah blah, the crown killer is bad and we suspect you of being guilty. It's not the greatest setup, but it works. Ship launch protocol. This is a reference to, I think there was a former plan to have you actually sail out on the ISS Jessamine, but that is not it. King Street Brandy is a nice reference to the King Street Brandy you bribe Sokolov, the royal inventor, with in the first game in order to reveal the identity of Lady Boyle. But yes, so Bristol is nice. Let's see what else we get. There's a calendar. We've also got a schedule for today. We have to have a morning with Tivia to talk about the bloodflies. Research vessel on Pandysia. Pandysia is sort of like the continent with mystery and scary monsters. Also, I think Outsider has some tie to Pandysia. Lunch with Morley. Yes. Dedicating home, advisors on bloodflies, bringing up bloodflies again, and we eat dinner with our dad because, yeah, for those of you who don't know this game is like where the first game danced around the issue of Corvo being Emily's father. This game gives no fucks. Alright, so we're breaking out the window because that's the only way to go.
How many times have I looked at that skyline?
It's
It
pretty
feels
nice.
like everything just changed.
Let's see if we can see. I think so. That right there, you can see the center looks like Caldwin's Bridge, a location from the first game. This is actually another great thing about Dishonored that you get in stuff like Dark Souls, is you can actually see that's where we're gonna go. That is the Dreadful Wale. That's how we're gonna get out of this city. Yes. So Mortimer Ramsey, the guy we have to get a ring back from, is
Delilah is some sort of witch.
Well, yeah,
How is
we
this
knew that.
possible?
Honey. Mortimer Ramsey is related to, for those of you who've played the first game, in the Lady Boyle's Last Party mission, you speak to a woman named Mrs. White who gives you information about the identity of Lady Boyle. And when you first encounter her, she's talking to a man in a really god-awful whale mask, who introduces himself as Ramsey. They are, in fact, of the same family, implying that Ramsey family went on further decline as a result of what they did during the interregnum. He was a whaling family, I believe, and actually in the DLC, the whale refinery, I believe, is linked to the Ramseys somehow. Harp.
No
Okay.
time for that now.
No time. So this is where we're going. We need our key.
This won't open without my ring.
Yep.
Ramsey has it.
Yup, we gotta go get him. Money? Alright, so
Lady Emily,
they're killing
you're
everyone.
all right. I was worried. Where's the Royal Protector?
There's a coup underway. My father he's imprisoned, for lack of a better word.
You've got to get out of the tower. Through your safe room. There
Yep.
was a captain earlier today, down at the docks, looking for the Royal Protector. Find her. Get out of Dunwall.
Alexei, I'm sorry.
I'm
Goodbye.
So sad about Alexei. So Alexei is one of the few references to... She's one of the few childhood friends that we ever hear about for Emily. She's part of the novel series. We see her in a couple codices, but they were very close as children, and Alexei won her position and loyalty on the Guard by basically defending Emily from a grenade attack when they were both children after the coup years. So it's very sad that she's dead. I suspected for a while, as did a couple other people, that she was actually related to Cecilia from the first game, who is also similar facial features and red hair, whose whole shtick is that nobody remembers her. And the fact that she doesn't get a call-out in this game suggests that maybe Alexei is part of the call-out, but her parents are confirmed alive, and Cecilia is not mentioned in that, so I'm a little sad we have to put that away. Yes, okay. Megan Foster, Dreadful Wale. She knows something is bad. Working with Silkglove, who we'll talk more about when we get to. All the boats are being sent away from the docks, so we know that this coup was underway earlier in the morning, and everyone just kind of, didn't do anything. Dreadful Wale, which we'll talk about the Megan Foster spoils when we get there, because I'm not sure how long I can hold those in. It's pretty obvious when you talk to her what her tells are, but yes. Okay, so we'll eat some fruit for good measure. So, oop.
These bastards are working with Ramsey and the Duke of Serkonos.
Goodbye. So generally you want to hide the bodies, because if people see your unconscious bodies, they will panic, and then they will alert. Alright, let's learn about Corvo. Alright, Corvo was the first dishonored. You are now dishonored. Let's not blame historians, for the evidence against Corvo was nearly overwhelming, because he is foreign, and we are all racist. Yes, also he had a bloody sword. Great. Okay, so basically the whole shtick about this is that the historians are like, well, we could have been right for getting on the propaganda train, so you can't, not defend us. So that's the thing. Money, I don't think there's anything over here, but we'll check just to be safe. We're gonna go to another well-known secret spot, though, or maybe less known. I'm not sure how many people know about this. Well, most people probably do, but people didn't really get the first one. On our way. Bath salts. I don't understand the bath salts thing. Like, you're just stuffing your pocket full of. That is a god-awful owl painting. Oh, actually. See this? Royal Conservatory. We're going there later. Alright, so this audio graph is actually from the... It's the same... No, this one isn't. This one is newer. The other one is later. Sorry.
Emily, I know times are hard. You're the ruler of 4 nations, and I won't pretend to understand the pressure you're under. Only you, and your mother before you, could know what that's like. Whoever's killing off your enemies is doing so for calculated effect.
Yup.
Undermining us. I do know what it's like to be blamed for murders you didn't commit. But trust me, we'll find this crown killer, and they'll pay. Tomorrow is the anniversary of her death. A sad day for sure.
Yup.
But I want you to remember all that's happened over the last 15 years. You've held on to the throne, and you've done what you thought was right for the people of the Empire. You drained the flooded district, kept the gangs in check.
Very nice
Yesterday we launched a
decoration.
magnificent ship bearing Jessamine's name. You're becoming the sovereign your mother wanted you to be, and I'm proud of you.
Okay, so if you play as Corvo instead, there's pretty much the same information in audiograph by Emily instead, talking about her achievements and how much she loves Corvo. This door just leads to where Ramsey locked you up, so there's no point in opening it. Here we got, I don't know what that is. We're just gonna steal some shit real quick. Because I used to be so bad at looking for money in the beginning of the game, because I used to... Dark vision is a power you get later with the Outsider's mark, and it basically lets you see objects and stuff through walls. And actually, you know what? We're gonna do this more entertainingly. Probably. Come here, dude. We're gonna do a drop attack. I used it as a crutch for a while, but Flesh and Steel has sort of helped me get out of that habit. So, come on. You can do it. It's not that hard. You go and do a drop it. Oh my god, you have to go right there, don't you?
I think I heard something.
How did you hear me? I'm upstairs. Oh my god. Are you... Fuck. Oh well. It's nice knowing you guys. Well, hopefully we can get the choke real fast, otherwise you'll find out exactly how thankful I am for these new ability to, non-lethal in combat. Oh. Yup, it's me. Yup. We're really great at this game, guys, I swear. Come on, attack me. Yes! Beautiful. Thank you. Why are you such a dick? You gotta let me not look bad at this. I know what I'm doing. Okay, dead people. They're killing nobles. Anyone who sympathizes with you enough to show up to your mom's funeral anniversary is apparently dangerous. Okay, there's nothing in here. Newspaper. Crown Killer. Ichabod Boyle. For those of you who aren't familiar with the first game, there is a mission called Lady Boyle's Last Party. One of the 3 Boyle sisters is the mistress of the Lord Regent, former spy master who is responsible for the murder of your mother, Empress Jessamine Caldwin, and the rat plague, actually. He was the one who imported plague rats because he wanted to people to like him for curing that. And then that went out of control because, you know, there's definitely no way that could have ended badly. Alright, they're killing everyone indiscriminately. It's not pretty. We'll find out just how many people they kill later. Are you ready for this? This is my favorite.
This reminds me of good times with friends, with Wyman. All gone now.
So, if you're Corvo, there's a bit where he's like, I remember when Jessamine and I took a boat out to a picnic and got real stoned together. And there's a joke on the internet about Empress Emily, weed Empress, like her mother before her. Alright.
The throne room blocked off. We should have the time we need. Just stay here and stall anyone who comes by. I'll be back when I've searched the royal chambers.
We're gonna knock Ramsey out.
Lock myself in this damn safe room.
We'll cover for you if anyone from the Duke's party returns. This is exciting. Everything's changing.
Yes, the natural order is reasserting itself.
We're
The
gonna...
Ramseys once hosted the king and queen of Morley. Did you know that?
Oh shit.
I spent my childhood playing with the Buntings and the Boyles.
Where's his voice coming from?
And very soon you'll be back at the top, Captain.
That's really weird. His voice is like going through the wall. Unless you're close to the door and then it's coming through the door. Okay, so he's gonna come out here. Here he comes. And we're gonna knock him out because this is low chaos. We could kill him. You get a cool animation where you kick him down, sort of, for betraying your entire family yet again. Oh my god, don't stop, dude. Please. Please, I beg you. I'm literally begging you. If you're not careful here, he's pretty easy to alert. But if you get him once he goes far enough back... And since we pissed that other guy off enough that he went upstairs... Bye, Ramsey. Okay. So he's down. Get our ring back. We're gonna go knock those other guards.
Won't leave my hand again.
Yep. So Glob made that for you. Bad man. Okay, we're gonna go knock those other guards out so you can go see that other room. Whether or not we do this super stealthily, I don't really care. We just aren't gonna kill them. So got one there.
Night. And I'm covered in shankers.
They're just fucking around. Oh my god. Let me choke you. You can also drag people back like you did in the first game. Oh my god, he didn't see me. What the fuck? You're lost. Why are you giving me the fight music? There's nobody else here. We got everyone. Okay, we can't loot these guys. They don't have anything worthwhile. But we can look around. So, dead nobles. This is the carriage she took. Nothing particularly fancy about it. Yeah. So.
Barred from the outside.
Can't get out. Alright, welcome back to where we were in the beginning. Now featuring fire and dead guys. Let's...
Trouble has found us again, Mother.
Yup. And good old Dad.
Father. I don't know how, But I'll make this right. I promise.
Yeah, so you have no reason as Emily. If you're Corvo, you have more reason to believe that there's a chance you can de-stone Emily. I don't understand why she thinks, hey, this guy, you know what? We can fix this. This is a fixable problem. I also like the flower's feast. That's a nice touch. But yes, so Corvo is going to stay here. Yeah, it's not pretty.
Her reign is off to a grand start.
Yes, so we're coming back to this exact spot in the end of the game. You can't go anywhere. That's blocked. But yeah, so figured we'd show that. Alright, let's get out of Dodge. So Ramsey's non-lethal elimination is much in the vein of the poetic justice of the first game. So Ramsey set all this up. All these people died because he is a greedy little man who wants all your secret gold in your secret safe room. So, what are we going to do to Ramsey? We're going to give him the gold. We're just not going to give him the key out.
Anton Sokolov made this lock.
And we'll see him later and what has become of Ramsey. Now, non-lethal in this game, so usually non-lethal is like, hey, that's more merciful. In the first game, non-lethal solutions were... Oh, we should put him a little further in. They were not particularly merciful at all. Two, they're a little bit more in some cases, but arguments can be made for them not being merciful. What they are situations that
now you've got what you wanted, Ramsey.
don't raise
the Imperial Suite atop Dunwall Tower.
They don't
stay put until this is all set straight, Ramsey.
Thanks, Emily.
Enjoy the rations and well water, sleeping next to a fortune.
Anyway, so low chaos generally is low chaos because it doesn't create widespread panic. So Ramsey going missing is not as alarming as, say, hey, the Empress busted out and killed a bunch of people, including the guard captain, on her way out. So in the first game, chaos was something that led to, I mean, the more bodies, the more rats, the more weepers, people who had been infected with the rat plague, the more guards, the more aggressive the guards were as far as using lethal tech. So chaos was a tangible thing, and 2 it is, but in a slightly different way. Okay, so this is a book on Whispers on the Void. The Void is a alternate dimension, sort of, in this game. We'll go there in a bit. But yes, so a lot of people theorize about what it is. Here's another. Yes. Alright, common story. And so basically some people are like, the Void is like the place, you know, in between death, or whatever. This is also interesting in that a person thought to be dead but makes a quick recovery is sort of similar to the situations that people find themselves in where the outsider comes and says, hey, you want some godly powers. So we'll do more of that later, but for now, let's pick up some juice. Oh, bone charms. Bone charms are carving of whale bones that have some power of the void. Void seems to be linked to this world through whales. The outsider himself is a whale god in a weird sense. It's a Leviathan. We'll get there. It'll be very clear when you see him. There's like a giant whale in the background. But yes, so bone charms. So the fact that you got all this stuff in the safe room, which is where Emily spends most of her time apparently, it implies that Corvo has shared some information with her as far as what he got up to in the rat plague with the outsider. This is exactly the same one. Oh no, this isn't. No, this is exactly the same one we saw before.
The Crown Killer must be connected to all this.
Yup.
With the Duke and Delilah.
Yup. Alright.
I have a feeling I'll need
have a
these.
gun. We also have our dad's sword, which is kind of nice. Emily gets a spyglass. Corvo gets his old mask. So, spyglass. We can make it zoomer. Zoomer. More zoomy later. More zoomy. It can zoom in more later if you upgrade it. Alright, Corvo. His history. So, Corvo was basically a guy who won a really cool tournament in Karnaca, and because of that was made a candidate for Royal Protector, and Jessamine, instead of choosing the traditional choice, he was not supposed to be chosen. Traditional choice is somebody from Bristol, which is the island that Dunwall is in. But nope, she picked Corvo because, I don't know. she thought he was hot, I guess. I mean, he probably was, I guess, but yes, so they were lovers, and then they had a baby, and Emily ascended to the throne. Yeah, so this is basically a summary of the first game, which you got in the prologue. Spymaster paid assassin to kill Empress. Letter from Wyman. Wyman is Emily's canon love interest, of unspecified gender. Wyman is wonderful, and we do not see Wyman in this game, which is kind of a disappointment. Nothing happens to Wyman. You do hear from Wyman one more time, but yes. So, this is sappy. It's nice. Morley is interesting because it is canonically linked to rebellions against the Empire, so from this it seemed that Wyman might be implicated in the plot against the Empress, but no. And yes, they in case you didn't miss it, they get stoned a lot. We're gonna eat some fruit. So another couple things that are interesting. One, this. For
Old
souvenir.
Samuel made this. I'm glad he didn't live to see me driven out of Dunwall Tower.
Old Samuel is the boat guy from the first game who ferries Corvo around and sort of acts as your judge. Some people say he is a Charon-like figure. He's pretty great. If you're not aware, he basically judges you at the end of the game based on high or low chaos. In low chaos, he says he's proud to meet you. In high chaos, he says he hates you like he does everyone else in the Loyalist conspiracy. And says that's why I'm gonna let them know you're here, and basically alerts all the guards in the area by firing a pistol at you. So these are some drawings of Emily's from low chaos in the first game. So the golden cat is the thing you see her drawing when you rescue her from the golden cat right here. This is what you see her drawing at the very end, well, not the very end, when you come back from dealing with the Lord Regents and you think everything is going to be fine right before you get poisoned and left to die in a river. This is what she's drawing if you're low chaos casually. So everyone thinks, so Corvo is canonically, well, so this is complicated because they say Corvo is canonically low chaos, but he didn't canonically have clean hands. Clean hands is the achievement you get when you don't kill anyone, which is what we're going to kind of aim for, because this is the low chaos, but we're not going to sweat it if we accidentally knock somebody off something or whatever. But this right here, this drawing is what takes the place of this drawing if you play high chaos or medium chaos in Dishonored. And because this drawing is right here in the safe room in the first game, this implies that even a non-lethal enemy came from a medium to high chaos Corvo. I don't know if you get this in high chaos, but this is important because it means that Corvo is canonically not low chaos, it would seem. This is also Emily's doll, Miss Pilsen. You'll see her later. More Corvos. Yeah, Blade Verbena is the tournament he won. He wasn't in a gang. But yeah, so this is pretty much it. The father of the current Duke knew Corvo, which is important. You get a little bit of dialogue if you play as Corvo, and you get that. Corvo was a diplomatic gift. He was exotic. Yeah, basically everyone in Bristol is just kind of low-key racist, but they don't really address that in the game, except for in these. But yes, his mom dies shortly after he leaves. Okay, so this is where Emily has been, like, holed up sleeping because she's a paranoid child, because she was kidnapped twice, and, you know, other stuff. So that explains it. So we're gonna take some gold with us.
The reserves won't help against Delilah.
We can't take all of it.
Even if I had a way to carry it all out of here.
We'll carry it. Okay, so then these are slightly more hidden, but this is what you find if you're high chaos in the beginning. This is you can see better, a drawing of, those are the Pendleton twins, who are the ones who keep custody of enemy in a brothel after she is kidnapped. Yeah, she's terrified of them. They're not nice people. And here's some sea monster drawings that she makes, which are pretty nice. I love this. We're gonna zoom everything. Okay, so now we're going to the actual level. Yep, Dunwall Streets. Alright. A long day in Dunwall. Yes, it is. It is a very long day in Dunwall.